guys, it's Starting Out Solitary with Lippy Witch, and it is week 191, and this week we are talking about kind of a unique topic is when are you ready to join a coven? Do you need to be ready to join a coven? Do you have to join a coven? That type of thought process. So I don't feel there is, other than you just saying you want to be part of a coven and really feeling like you want to, I don't think there's a specific like set time you need to join them. There, with most covens, there's going to be rules, regulations, and expectations that they will probably want you to follow. There are covens that are extremely loose and more study group than what a traditional coven might do, like cast circle and rituals and whatnot. But yeah, other than just kind of addressing that you want to be in a coven and finding the right coven, because I would not, most covens, if they're not closed, covens will let you sit in on a meeting or whatever they want to call their gathering, because it varies. They'll let you sit in on one or a few to kind of get a feel, because not every coven is right for everyone. We have a few members on here who have been part of covens and are no longer part of covens for various reasons. So the energy of a coven is definitely important to feel out before joining, because if you feel like it's a bunch of people just gathering to play at being witches, and aren't really serious, and you're not wanting to be a part of that type, you're very serious, that obviously wouldn't be a good fit. Or if there's a lot of negative energy, probably not a good fit. If you're not looking for a study group per se, like you don't mind doing like an occasional gathering to sorry, my foot's falling asleep, gathering to do some study work, that's fine, but you're more geared towards like say a monthly ritual, you're going to want to find that information out. And most coven masters, whatever priest, priestess, will tell you off the bat what it's about, what their focus is, and whatnot. Like, you may want to join a coven and find out it only accepts one gender, and some do, or a certain age, like, or only families. It depends. But other than, like I've said, addressing that you want to be a part of a coven, that's all that really you're required to do until you find the coven you actually want to be a part of. You don't have to be, obviously, a part of a coven. This is Starting Out Solitary, and we are either all solitary and have always been, or choose to be now. You don't have to be a part of a coven to be a witch. You don't have to have been in a coven at some point or have to be in the future. For me personally, I am not close to being a part of a coven, but I did witness my father be a part of one for at least a year or two, and then he kind of broke away just to do his solitary work. The coven kind of broke up just because there was a lot of people moving in and out of the area, and it just wasn't feasible. From what I saw, it was more kind of like a monthly or whatnot gathering of just everybody in their family getting together, basically having a barbecue, and then those who were practitioners doing their rituals separate from everyone else who are not part of that coven, seeing the backyard for like 15-20 minutes, and then they go back to the party. And I enjoyed that. And when my dad would host them, I always wanted to like kind of sit in on it. They're like, no, kids weren't technically allowed in this one. But they weren't doing anything salacious. It was just, we're distracting because we're kids. But I watched my dad do runes and cards, and a lot of it was teaching some of the newer practitioners how to do certain things, like with divination and whatnot. It was actually kind of interesting, and looking back on it, I wish I was able to talk to my dad a little bit more about, since most of you guys know he passed a couple of years ago, um, about all of that. But he saved all of his stuff, and even my mom gave me some of it. So there are some really good things you can learn from being a part of a coven. And again, I wouldn't mind being part of one. Maybe I can bug Sherry to have a very loose one. um, if that. But overall, no, you don't need to be in one. If you want to be in one, find the right fit. You don't need to take the first come, first serve coven. It's usually not the right fit for most. And that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.